Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Let's Talk Wrestling, Season 1, Episode 3, Road to Mania, and welcome to the show, Dominic Rybolt, aka V-Tech. Dominic, what's up? WrestleMania week. Six or eight? It is 6. Yes, every wrestling company wants to have a show like all that weekend long. I'm pumped for Raw. I am pumped for SmackDown. I'm pumped for NXT. I'm definitely pumped for TakeOver. Yeah, because isn't the IWC Championship being defended at or the ICW Championship being defended at Access? Well, no, like I know that at Access, Pete Dunne is taking on Tyler Bate for the UK Championship, and that it is the ICW. The ICW Championship is being defended that night between Wolfgang and Trent Seven, and I believe that there is some NXT action going on at Access, but I don't know. I don't know for sure. Hideo Itami is supposed to be there. Yeah. I know that... and my thing is like, there isn't... What I miss the most is, like... You remember WrestleMania 30 when the network, like, first came out and they had the WrestleMania Today things that happened, like, every day, all week long? I miss that so much. Yeah, like the whole you getting paid less for Mania because of the network, which I don't know, because they're still bringing in like a shit ton of legends for Mania. Like, I would believe it if the legends like stopped coming, like if we didn't see the Rocks and the Stone Colds and the Shawn Michaels and shit like that. But at the same time, those could also be just fucking loyal people to Vince. Because you think about it. You think about Dallas last year, I mean, 101,000 people. Those tickets are fucking expensive. You know he made a lot of money off that. Granted, he had to rent the arena out, but this year's WrestleMania, I'm not too, like, there's a few matches I'm hyped for, but there's also a few that I'm like, like, the Usos don't have a set match, like, and that's where the rumor of the Hardys coming in, like, plays, because is it Saturday night that the Ring of Honor pay-per-view is, or Friday? Friday. It's like the same time as the Hall of Fame, or like right after the Hall of Fame. Well, that'd be stupid to compete with TakeOver. Well, yeah, but then that also plays with the rumor of Vince trying to buy Ring of Honor. You could be like, I'll stop trying to buy you if you just let this contract thing go away. I have no idea about that. But, like, the Usos don't have a set match, so, like, I'm really hoping that they don't just throw together a shitty WrestleMania thing for the tag titles on SmackDown, because the SmackDown have had real good tag team storylines. The Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton thing. I love the story. Well, yeah, they all not only the Oscar rumors, but also this is where Kelly could come in, and people like that. I heard a rumor of like Victoria coming in, Kelly, and other things like that. But I haven't dug too deep about the WrestleMania thing with as far as it comes to the women. The Raw Women's Championship match, I don't necessarily like how it's almost the same match as last year. Yeah, because we don't know how Nia... Because we don't know how Nia will take the women's championship. Because we know that if Sasha takes it, she will get injured, or she won't be, Yeah. Now, the latest rumor I heard, which is really pissing me off, is Baron Corbin and Dean Ambrose are rumored to start WrestleMania. Like, they're rumored to kick it off. Yeah. Well, that wasn't Dean's fault. That was Brock being lazy. Yeah, the podcast was Stone Cold. Yeah. That was very uncomfortable. And, that's not even like... No, it's just a one-on-one match. Like right now on the booking sheet, it's labeled as one-on-one singles match for the Intercontinental Championship with Corbin to go over. So like Corbin to go over Dean, and like this also puts it to where Dean, since WrestleMania 29, I don't think has won at a single WrestleMania. No, that's a lie, because the Shield wrestled at WrestleMania 30 and won. So since 30 has not won a WrestleMania match. No. They were actually part of the actual show, because it was 30. It was the Usos. No, it was the Shield versus the Road Dogg, Jesse James, Billy Gunn, and I think... I can't remember who the last one was. Kane. It was Kane. It was... Was it? Yeah, it was the Shield versus Kane and DX. Because that's when Kane went all corporate Kane, and the match sucked, and the Shield won. But since 30, he has not won a single match, because 31, he competed in the ladder match. 32, he got his ass kicked by Brock Lesnar, and then we're at 33 right now. Yeah, it was a street fight, actually. The most disappointing street fight in WrestleMania history, Brock Lesnar and Dean Ambrose. No, there was the chainsaw got pulled out, but it wasn't used. Because as soon as Ambrose pulled it out, that's when Lesnar took him to Suplex City and then F5'd him and beat him. And that was just because Brock was lazy and didn't want to take any super spots, which, Brock's insurance, I mean, I get it. Then they probably shouldn't have put Dean with him, but. Yeah, I feel like at Mania, I'm a fan of the match. Like, looking at it on paper and you see AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon. No, I'm alright with the story, but, he can't keep up with AJ. Oh, Roman and The Undertaker? I'm not a big fan of. Goldberg went on record on the Edge and Christian podcast. No, Goldberg was on the Edge and Christian podcast or Edge and Christian show or some shit like that. And he had said this one's going to be a bloodfest. So that could just be Goldberg pulling our leg like John Cena every year when he says, "Oh, expect the heel turn," but I hate looking at John Cena's Instagram because then I get all excited over nothing. He's a bigger indie mark than I'd like to admit he is. Tech. Dominic. Dominic dropped out of the call. Technical difficulties, guys. Technical difficulties. Alright, text back. I don't know what the fuck happened. Text back. Okay. But, no, yeah, John Cena's Instagram makes him like... I get pissed off when I go there because he's a huge indie mark and it makes me mad. Tie between AJ and Shane and Brock and Roman. Or not Brock and Roman. Taker and Roman. I think it'll either be AJ and Shane or Taker and Roman. Yeah, and the only reason why I even think like Shane and AJ is because who Shane's father is. I mean, and that I don't know, that's only if Shane plans on doing something stupid. But Taker and Roman, I could see ending it, and then Taker getting beat by Roman, and then passing the big dog, "This is my yard" torch, which is yeah, and then Roman will fucking utterly beat the dog hell out of Brock. I didn't dig it. They should have flipped it. They should have flipped it. Bray should have won the Rumble, and Randy should have won the Elimination Chamber. Because, no, it would have been more impactful if Randy would have won the title, and then that next week on SmackDown, if Bray would have been like, oh, Randy this, Randy that, now Randy, give me my title. And then, like, Randy feed to the crowd a little bit and, like, get everybody to think he's really going to hand Bray the title. And then, like, that evolution moment from, like, 2004 or 2005 where, like, Bray's hands are on the title, Randy's hands are on the title, and then Randy spits in his face and drops him with an RKO. And then, like, we could have built from there because that... Not only would have gave Randy, like, utmost momentum, but then Bray would have been a Rumble winner. And to go on to Mania to win the belt, that would have been a bigger spotlight for him to win the title at. Not saying that the Elimination Chamber was a bad idea, but... Yeah, with... we all saw it coming. We all saw it coming. The fans were into the 10 chant too much. Yeah, I think it would have been better if number 1 and number 2 would have been Brock and Goldberg. No, like, all right, so have Goldberg come out as number 1, crowds pumped, and then and then whoever the announcer was that night go, and the man who drew number 2, 2-minute pause, and then rah, bump, bump, yeah. And then, the crowd would be insane. And then, like, Brock and, like, have them legitly fight. And then, like, roll out of the ring and just fight all over the arena. Oh, yeah, when they drug him out of the ring and beat the shit out of him. That Royal Rumble was a fuck you to the crowd. That Royal Rumble was a fuck you to the crowd because we all thought Dean was going to take it. Wasn't it? Yeah, it was Roadblock, and it was Dean Ambrose versus Triple H, and Dean Ambrose whipped his ass, but, like, Triple H won. That was, like, Triple H kept up with him, too, and, like, he wasn't slow, he didn't do that heavy breathing Triple H thing he does. It was the fact, like, the story for Triple H versus Sting was good, but, like, they had too much planned with it. Like, I think the cue for the NWO and DX thing was a little off, but, like, when they got to it, it was pretty good. Like, that was, like, for nostalgia moment, for 90s babies, it was a badass moment. Like, because with Shawn Michaels, if that match would have happened, and say that HBK would have put on a performance like he put on with The Undertaker both times, And to have AJ go over on Shawn, that would have passed the torch, Mr. WrestleMania. And I think that would have put AJ to, like, that would have gave him his ballot to the Hall of Fame. Neville versus Austin Aries? Hell yeah, that crowd would be on fire.
That should be the first match, in my opinion.
I know that, I heard a rumor that match is going to be on the pre-show, and if that's the case, I'm going to be fucking pissed. Yeah, and like they were talking about like all that shit that was happening at Access. How they should have booked the WrestleMania pre-show. Have the first hour. Have the ICW Championship match between Trent Seven and Wolfgang. Give them 30 minutes tops.
They would never do. Like WWE's too like screw that. They wouldn't even put NXT in the first video.
Yeah, no, like, hold on, listen. Now, the next 30 minutes to that first hour block, you give you give Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, and have Pete Dunne go over, because then the crowd's gonna be, like, fucking insane. Then, the second hour block, if TakeOver Orlando wouldn't happen, it's...
Mania's weird because it has a lot of different backgrounds. You gotta think about it. They got the, smart horses from themselves like that on NXT. But at the same time, there was so many, quite very big on the British scene. There are people, the Pete Dunnes, the Mark Andrews, Mark Haskins, stuff like that.
I really...
And then you have, like,
it's hard to, because they flipped the fuck out about Rollins cashing in at 31, even though he was a heel. Now, like, it depends though, because like they had the UK tournament, and that got a lot of great feedback. Though, like, Tyler Bate has been UK champion and only defended it like 3 times. Yeah, it got Nigel a job, and I'm happy. But though, I will say that I don't think his commentary for NXT is the same caliber that his commentary was with Ring of Honor.
there's definitely, it seemed like, I don't know, just over time we knew so much about Ring of Honor and this Tori Owens, biggest thing from NXT then.
Well, I mean, I guess
Those guys succeed.
I guess if you throw in the fact that like Nigel competed there, wrestled there, was a champion there, had fought everybody that was there, and then like go into commentary. Yeah, I get it. And he was the booker, so. And I guess he like really, him and Steve Corino really pissed people off in Ring of Honor, because they just like, they took the jobs, they didn't say anything, they just like took it. But like isn't Corino still doing commentary over there? Like, I think I watched. No, he's not. Is he not? Oh, well, there you go. Like, that's my point. Like,
Now, I don't watch some weekly stuff because I don't know how far when they tape it, the weekly stuff.
the last weekly show I watched, not the main event, one of the matches were Cody Rhodes versus Steve Corino. That was pretty good. But the rest of it was shit. And like they told the story leading in to, what was the pay-per-view before Daniels winning the ROH title?
I think that was.
It may have been the story leading into Final Battle, because whichever match was Naito versus Jay Lethal.
I'm trying to remember. Oh, it was technically because you had before that Kyle O'Reilly won the belt and then dropped it, and Russell King title belt.
Yeah. And then Cole fought. Didn't Cole fight O'Reilly in the rematch at Final Battle or like some shit like that? No. Final Battle was in December, and then Wrestle Kingdom was in January. Whatever pay-per-view was right after Final Battle, like for Ring of Honor, because I watched that because it was Naito versus Jay Lethal, and that match was on fire, and I loved it. But I watched the story leading into that because it was Los Ingognobles, however the fuck you say it, versus Bullet Club, and that's when Naito. Yeah, and that's when Naito and Evil turned on Lethal. That was the last that was the second to last episode I've seen.
Joe, what's up for Joe?
Samoa Joe,
Yes, with Sammy.
Nah, two things could go with this one. So we got Seth Rollins. We got Seth Rollins versus Triple H in like an unsanctioned street fight, which that match is going to blow the roof off of Orlando. And I'm gonna go on fucking record and say it. And I really think like if Seth Rollins wins, like if he wins, after the match they're gonna have Kevin Owens and Joe come out and attack Seth Rollins. Triple H is gonna grab the sledgehammer. Sami Zayn's gonna come out. And Sami Zayn's going to get fucking destroyed numbers games. But yeah, and Jericho's going to come out. But then, here's where you get a WrestleMania moment. Finn Balor returns and whips all over their ass. I think this next Royal Rumble is Balor's. I think Balor will win it if he's not champion. Yeah. Two-time. That's what's next for AJ. Two-time. That's all I'm going to say. If you bring John Cena into this conversation, I swear to God, if you bring John Cena into this. So John Cena got shit on backstage because John Cena really did want The Undertaker. Like, he really did. No, it was on SmackDown. Like, because The Miz was like, The Miz was talking about all the creative control he has, and no blah 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 blah. The Miz was all like, "If I had creative control, I'd be face to face with the Undertaker right now." Yeah, like that would have sold more to me than Roman versus the Undertaker. Like, granted, I knew as soon as Roman eliminated the Undertaker at the Royal Rumble, I knew the story. I knew what they were going to do. Especially when Roman had to drop the fucking tease and go, "This is my yard now." I was like, oh, there it is. There's the fucking match. No. I think The Miz is winning. You want to know why? Yeah. If Cena and Bella win, yeah, Cena will do it. That'd be an alright Total Bellas moment. Like, that'd be alright. That'd be a feel good. Yeah. There was a wedding at a SummerSlam. Yeah, but like the only thing that would make it better is if at next year's WrestleMania they got married. Like one upped. Well, no, this would one up Macho Man because Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth got married at a SummerSlam. Like that would one up it. Like. I could see it, like, because that would Cena how much Cena has done. Like, Macho Man had been around a long ass time, and it was, was there for the company, and like they're like, oh, you can have your wedding at fucking SummerSlam. And plus, everybody loved Miss Elizabeth, and everybody like loves Nikki Bella, so I'll throw the quotation marks in there. I like Brie better than Nikki, not because she's married to Daniel Bryan, but because of who she is as a human. Like, they're both spoiled little bitches, but like Brie's less of a spoiled little bitch. Yeah. I will say that I am really disappointed in the thing that they did not pull the trigger on, because WWE really could have pulled the trigger on The Miz versus Daniel Bryan. Now, but imagine this though. Imagine if Daniel Bryan versus Miz would have happened, but imagine if The Miz would have beat Daniel Bryan clean. Yeah, like, but imagine, like, how everybody hates The Miz right now. Do you think it would have, like, changed, like, people's outlook? Like, you know how sometimes it takes a person to have that match for people to be like, oh my god, that dude's actually really, really good. Because it... Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody... To be honest, who the fuck didn't think that Cena could go? I want to meet them and punch them in the face. I wish they would change... Yeah, they should change the ring attire because he's like hanging on to that shield gimmick. And he's... like, let it go. And then, like, start singing, let it go, let it go. No, but, I don't like the Roman get up with that whole shield attire thing. But, Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar. Goldberg went on record and said it's going to be a bloodfest. Paul Heyman and Brock haven't really commented on it. You're saying 5 minutes. I'm going to say 17 minutes. The first 5 minutes get shit on by the crowd. But my thing is, I don't think either man walk out as champion. I think something happens and like somebody else gets added to the match. Like, alright, so do you remember the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view where John Cena won and then Vince McMahon had came out and added, like, said Batista's gonna fight John Cena and then Batista took the title, but Batista wasn't the Money in the Bank holder? I feel like it's gonna be something like that. Like, say if Brock does beat Goldberg, like, have Kevin Owens get added by Triple H or Samoa Joe or somebody like that, or like, I don't know. Because why would they let WrestleMania end in a shit fashion 2 years in a row? Because and then end it with Bray and Randy. Oh. I think Jericho and Owens should co-main event. Because Owens has been on fucking phenomenal this year, and Jericho, this is the longest he's been around. Whoa. What about Apollo Crews? Oh, cruiserweights. Pre-show. He's in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Yeah, pre-show. Yeah, because the Shaq and Big Show match got canceled, so the Big Show's in that too. Oh, my pick for that is Braun Strowman. Like, beforehand, Braun Strowman's my pick. The first one? Yeah, it was Cesaro. That's when he tossed Big Show over. No, yeah, and then Baron Corbin. Yeah, because the final two was Big Show and Mizdow. Yeah, because that was like right after he turned on the Miz. No, it was the night before. Because he turned on him the night after. Well, my thing is like, My thing is like I really hope none of the matches run over and the other match has to get cut.
Oh yeah, like it's happened. It happens a lot.
It happened at WrestleMania 29 because like the Bellas and the Funk, the Bellas and somebody was supposed to take on the Usos and yeah, not the Funkadactyls, but yeah, those guys.
The Cody Rhodes and
Yeah, that Cody Rhodes thing got cut last year, didn't it? Because like that led to him leaving, didn't it?
no, last year.
Oh, that's right. That one moment where Vince was like, "We'll give the crowd what they want." That's because he shit on us at the last part of the show. He got our hopes up by giving us Ryder the title, and then he gave Roman the win at the end, and that's when everybody in the crowd, like the beginning of that match, I was watching a video, and the guy at the beginning, yeah, they were excited. They're like, "Oh my God, Triple H is gonna beat Roman Reigns," and "Oh my God, blah 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 blah. Vince isn't gonna shit on us," and then Roman wins, and that crowd is like, "Fuck WWE," and I'm like, "Guys, come on, you're gonna watch Raw tomorrow." Is the best Raw ever. A debut or a call up. When there's always a plan B. I will never get over that. That was my favorite thing in the whole world. I was a huge Tyler Black fan in Ring of Honor, so it paid off. The struggle was real, but it paid off. My kid is a WWE superstar. Is how they changed it. They changed it because it was going to be just my son as a WWE superstar, but now it's my kid is a WWE superstar because they had Alexa Bliss on it. They had Paige. They were gonna have Paige on, but like the week that was gonna air on YouTube, the whole Paige sex tape thing happened. It happens. It happens. Xavier Woods is gonna turn on him. Xavier Woods is gonna turn on him. He's gonna become a mega star. And WrestleMania 34, Kofi Kingston versus Xavier Woods for the Universal Championship. I'm putting it on paper. All right. So we're in Orlando, Florida.
It's rumored it was planned to be there, and now he ain't because the freaking Page thing.
So we blame Hogan because of the Page thing. I get it. I dig it. No, how does The Rock play? Alright, so here's how it goes. This is the only way, besides a douche-ass segment like last year's, I see... Alright. Oh my... I'd laugh my ass off. But alright, so after the Cena, Bella, Miz, and Maurice match, if the marriage proposal does happen... Say, like, Cena's doing his whole, woo, rise above hate bullshit in the corner. The Rock's music hit. He walks to the ring, shakes his hand, drops him with a rock bottom, and then turns around and leaves. Doesn't do anything on the mic. Yeah, fuck, turn around and drop that bitch too. Drop that bitch too. I don't give a fuck. Drop that bitch too. I don't care. Yeah, and then the Rock comes out, whips everybody's ass, and then drops the Miz, drops Maurice, and then like celebration happens. Cena gets to propose, and Bella says yes, and then like he shakes hands with the Rock. The Rock pulls him in, bam, rock bottom, and then he pulls Bella in, bam, rock bottom, and then a quadruple people's elbow. Let's do it. Let's go big or go home. That would be, yeah, for like that mid show segment after the perform. Who the fuck's performing this year? Is anybody or like?
No, I don't think it's before, but they have the national anthem.
Well, yeah.
Shantae or something.
Yeah, that bitch that was with what's her face. She was with like some dude famous, like
I don't know. Somebody was like really excited.
Tyga. She was with Tyga for like a minute. She was with Tyga, that rap guy. I don't know. I know who he is. I don't know like who he is. Like I've heard of him several times. Yeah, that's all I know about him. I haven't listened to any of his douche ass music. But like because last year they had no, was it Florida? I thought it was the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. They didn't have a concert last year. Because it was the Dallas Cowboys, and then the Rock thing happened, and then the year before it was. Why? What? Why did what? I don't. Because he's the fucking Rock? Because he's the Rock? I don't fucking know. He was the Rock? That was the most. And, like, he lit that thing on fire, and it was the Rock thing. Like, that was cool. Like, I liked it. I was just like, that was pointless. And then he had that 30-second match with Luke Harper. Or not Luke Harper, Eric Rowan. Yeah.
To say that he was a mid-card match with The Rock and Mania and lost.
Hall of Fame. Put him on the Hall of Fame. Put that man in the Hall of Fame. He put The Rock over. In 30 seconds. Yeah, fucking. So like 20 years from now, WrestleMania 54 rolls around. We're at Monday Night Raw, and good old Michael Cole. All right, guys, Hall of Fame induction here. This guy put over The Rock in 30 seconds, and then JBL's like, "By God, Michael, by God, it's the Eric Rowan, it's the Eric Rowan." And then the WrestleMania main event that year, Braun Strowman versus Eric Rowan. I'm putting it on paper.
Raw after Mania.
Kenny Omega.
Let's calm down.
Alright, so Raw after Mania. Kurt Angle becomes general manager.
That's what I'm busy schedule for the tapings.
Raw after Mania, Kurt Angle becomes general manager, and then Rusev comes out running his mouth saying, "Now this is a tragedy, blah 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 blah," and then we get Kurt Angle versus Rusev Monday Night Raw.
What if Angle comes out on SmackDown? Says that he would manage, but then he's like, this is a real big push, right? Wait for it. It's like interrupted by AJ Styles.
Oh,
1 year to wait. It's I'll meet you at WrestleMania 30.
Kurt Angle versus AJ Styles WrestleMania 34. I would fucking dig it. Like how they did with Cena and The Rock. Yeah,
I feel like someone has to retire Angle. Like, let Angle be general for our source.
yeah, but don't pull a Ric Flair and pick his final opponent for him. Let him pick.
Flair went out.
Yeah, but like because he didn't get to pick his final opponent, they picked for him and they picked HBK. It did put on something that I stole this year's Dark Mania. The whole "I'm sorry, I love you." I stole that. Like if anybody read Chris Hero versus Tyler H, I fucking stole that moment. Except for it wasn't a super kick that I got hit with; it was a sledgehammer. That's what I should. Oh, if I would have thought about that now. I'll always hate you. No, so after this episode, I want to like do something talking about e-fetting like how we're doing like right now. Like we got like how much time do I got left? It's 8 seconds. 3 seconds. Thank you guys. Good night. Actually, I'm going over right now. I don't know.